All right, and we are live. What's going on, everybody? Let's see who's in the chat already. Flying Rich, what's going on, bud? I saw a plane crash the other day, thought about you. Mike McClune, Robert Vick. Nice. Scott Midkiff, MZ, Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy. Still one of my favorite names. All right, so the guest tonight, I'm sure you guys all know him. He's an up and coming YouTuber, just like all of us. He's struggling to make it to the big leagues. He has a great channel, lots of good information, and seems like an all around genuine guy. Let's bring him to the chat. This is Mr. Andrew Conrad. What's up, buddy? I can't hear you now.
Try it this way. I'm gonna try and hear you better with some headphones.
Oh man, that sounds great. Your audio sounds actually pretty good.
Okay.
What are you using for equipment tonight?
What's that?
What are you using for your webcam?
Oh, it's just the iPad Pro webcam. It's just the camera on the iPad Pro.
That's not too bad. That is not too bad.
I know. Apple gets a couple of things right, but not many.
I'm not a big Apple guy. I'm more of a Samsung guy. I saw that you reviewed that Note 8 case on your channel. So I take it you're a Note person?
Yeah, I had the 3 and then the 6, and then the 6 sucked. The battery's exploding.
And it was a 7. Wasn't that the 7?
They skipped over the 7 and went to the 8.
Or did they?
Sure.
I think it was 7. They skipped 8, went to the 9.
Maybe. I thought I had the 8. No, I had the 8, and then my 8 crashed, and I had to get the 10.
Oh, because I had the exploding one, and I actually had. They said, how they sent you a replacement. I actually had it put in resin, so it was in like a little statue, and I had it out as a display. And I don't know what I did with it, but I have that phone encased in resin, just kind of in a stand. It looks pretty cool, but that was like a piece of history. The first
I had to send mine back.
Nobody wanted it. So they sent the replacement, and then I called Verizon. I was like, do you want it? We don't want it. So I called Samsung. They're like, man, we don't want it. So I didn't know what to do with it. Man, let's see. Who's in the chat? Jeffrey Light. Jessica Conrad. Uh-oh. All right.
My whole family is watching.
We have to mind our P's and Q's, guys. Mind our P's and Q's.
My kids are watching for 30 minutes, and then they're supposed to go to bed.
Roger Stewart's in the chat. Okay, we'll keep it clean. So you've been doing YouTube about 5 years.
Yeah, I think I look back, and my first video was a fish tank.
The fish tank, yeah.
And I did it. I started watching YouTube probably in 2010, 2011, and then I moved to Florida in 2013.
From where?
And then I think I put my first video up in 2014. Or no, 2013. Because I went to grad school and I needed
Where did you move to Florida from?
Colorado.
Oh, man, that must have been tough.
It was tough.
I've driven through Colorado a few times, and it's a gorgeous state.
It was sad to leave, but for grad school, just doing the better thing for the family. My in-laws live down here, so they were able to watch our kids while I was in school. Just perfect scenario.
Yeah, people don't understand what the sacrifice is when you move across the country. You just got to make that decision and go. Like for me, I lived in Los Angeles my whole life, and then I missed, my daughter lived out here with her mother, my oldest daughter, and I missed like her 5th or 6th birthday. I think I missed her 6th birthday, and kids don't understand distance. So she was crying on the phone, and I quit my job that week, packed up my truck, and just drove to Houston. And I luckily moved into a good neighborhood, and I found a job right away. So you just got to do what you do, And now look at me now. I'm a wannabe YouTuber. So I noticed on your channel, man. You have a lot of fishing stuff on your channel.
Yeah, fishing fishing's, I like fishing, but it doesn't, just didn't get the views. It was always struggling for views. And, the fishing channels that would do well, I mean, they were going out to islands and, surviving for 24 hours with no food, catch what you eat or eat what you catch and
Right.
stuff like that. And those guys would get crazy views, but me fishing on a kayak, not always catching it. It wasn't doing anything. And then, the whole COVID thing happened and I didn't go out as much and kind of started doing those ammo hunts also. And that's kind of how the show evolved, or the channel evolved.
Right. I mean, I can relate. My channel, I did it for about a year. Then I did probably like 6 or 7 car videos, and they would get like 50 views, 20, 30 views, nothing. And then so I'm at the academy one day. My wife calls me. She goes, "What are you doing?" "I'm at academy waiting to get ammo." She goes, "What kind of moron would do that?" And I'm standing in line with like 20 people. I go, "There's a lot of people here." She goes, "Why don't you make a stupid video about that?" So I did, and here we are. It's crazy. It's crazy how life works. So what made you, because you were doing those battle box unboxing too, and that's kind of like survival gear, right?
Yeah. So the battle boxes that, I saw people unboxing those the fishing tackle box ones, and it got to the point where I was unboxing I felt like I was unboxing the same lures all the time. So I quit that, and then I got the battle box. And the battle boxes, I got the highest level, and they were like $150 a month. And
wow,
a lot of it was crap. And I got to the point where I was like, this is not worth the money. I'd rather watch somebody's video, because there's a guy that would always that worked for BattleBox, and he would put the video out a week or two, a few days before you would get your box, and he would go over it. And I would try not to watch it because I wanted to be surprised. I wanted to unbox it as a surprise, and then it would just be crap. And there are a couple things that I have still, but for the most part, it wasn't worth it. And to think about all the money that I wasted on that, it is what it is. But
I mean, if you learned something from it, you didn't waste it, right?
And then there was another one, Zombie Box, and that guy wound up going belly up because they're all survival boxes and they all have the same stuff in there.
Right.
And then it just evolved into guns,
knives and stuff like that. Yeah. So I watched one of your videos about your camera gear, what's in your bag. And I had a big discussion just a few weeks ago with somebody. I told him I was going to IV88 and I needed more lenses and all this stuff. And I had this huge list of what I needed. And he goes, "Why?" And he's a camera fanatic. He has all this G Master, all this crazy. He's $100,000 worth of camera equipment in his room. And he goes, "You don't need any of that." And we had this discussion. And he goes, 20 years ago, when they're taking these amazing photos, did they have all that fancy stuff? Even, 15? Because no, they didn't have any of that junk. You just need the right eye. So he took my cell phone and he took a couple of perspective shots, blew me away. And I'm like, I guess I really don't need it. He goes, just film a lot of stuff. He was like, just film everything and then try and cut it down and just have a shot list. He goes, make sure you have a shot list. That's the most important thing.
I do that too.
Forget and have some kind of outline script. And so this time I went out and I kind of followed that, but I was having too much fun goofing off, but it helped. So I almost spent like a couple grand on lenses. He goes, "You don't need any of that." But yours, I mean, how do you still pack quite a bit of stuff when you travel, or did you lighten it up?
Not really. I tell you what, the cell phone films amazing, and if anything, I want to get a like a cage so that I can hold it better. Have you ever seen those cages that the professionals use?
Yeah.
So they've got, or like a gimbal. You mentioned gimbals, but just like a cage to hold the phone, so that I can put a microphone on and maybe have a light. Because one of my biggest issues, like right now, is this lighting is horrible. I've got like light bulbs on my desk, and that's one of the things that I want to improve on is my lighting.
That's tough. Lighting is tough. It took me, if you watch my old lives, it took me forever just to get the lighting right in here because this sign would wash out. I couldn't get it right. I have a couple of these little
Yeah.
lights here that, you know, they get super bright and they change colors. I also have some key lights, but it gets
I
hot,
saw you
man.
walk into your studio once, and I saw your whole setup, and it's pretty impressive what you got on your desk.
It's a little too much. I have my Jesus light. Turn this on. It's like Jesus. But
No, but one of the things, so the camera that I use, it's a DSLR, and it's one of the things that I treated myself after I graduated from graduate school. But the one thing that I wish I got was full frame, and it's a crop sensor, the one that I have, and I just didn't know it at the time. So the way cameras work, 24 millimeter lens turns into like a 35-40, and then you don't get the full shot. So I feel like it's just always bad. But my video that I filmed on Tuesday, that 2-minute Tuesday with the 22, that I filmed on my cell phone. I propped it up with 2 boxes of ammo on its sides to give me a good full frame 4K video, and it is crisp. It is way better than anything I record on that camera. But it's like 6 years old. They're like computers. You know,
it's
as soon as you
amazing.
buy it, it's old technology.
It's amazing. I have, oh, shucks. I have all kinds of tripods with cell phone holders, and I use the cell phone quite a bit for most of my stuff. But I just bought this Sony. It's a crop sensor, and it takes amazing video. The sound that it captures naturally without a mic is pretty amazing, unless it's windy, and then it just kills it. Absolute kills it. So.
I mean, like you said about the shots, if you look at Matt Carricker and his 2 channels, Demolition Ranch and Off the Ranch.
Yeah.
I mean, he films with like, it's a cheapo camera that's like $200. It's got a zoom out lens and nothing fancy. And he's got a following and people watch it.
Well, he also has a crew that does his editing. He doesn't do his own editing. He hasn't done any of his own stuff in probably 2 or 3 years. And I don't think his new videos are on that same little camera anymore. I think he stepped up his game quite a bit.
Probably on Demo Ranch. On Off the Ranch, though, I know that he films with that just pocket one because that's more like home stuff.
Yeah. Let's see who's in the chat. We have Mike McClune, D. Wayne. What's up? What's better, DSLR or mirrorless? Mirrorless seems to be the new way.
Mirrorless is better, but they're more expensive.
Way more expensive. You know, I was in the gun range and I kicked over my tripod on accident, and I cracked my lens on this Sony, and I was like, crap, you know. And luckily, it was just a kit lens, and so I went down to the store in Houston. They had the same kit lens for like $100, so it saved the day. And I've been able to take some pretty good video with that.
Yeah, the problem with gun ranges is they're dark.
Right. So, like on this setup, I don't know if you can see it. So I have this camera, right? And what helps me out quite a bit, I just started using it, is this goes here. And I can either soften the light, make it brighter. This thing gets super bright, or it goes super dim. So if you just need a little bit, and some gun ranges, indoor gun ranges, man, I go to this one. It's really expensive to shoot at, but I go to one. It has amazing lights. It has a little switch next to you. You can turn on these overhead lights. It's pretty nice. But that's my little ghetto setup. So I take that to me with me everywhere I go, and
it works.
It works. It does all right.
So I do have a drone, and now that I joined this private range where we've got 100-yard bays, I want to get the drone up and running again because it does film in 4K, and use that follow me setting that it has. So I just put it up, and then I could weave in and out in that bay on my own, and it'll follow me. It'll stay behind me or go above me or whatever, and probably get some pretty sweet shots. So that's one thing I got to do.
I noticed that new range you shoot at is really nice. That's the one drawback I have here, is I don't have an outdoor range that's close. like the one I go to that I'm having my meet and greet this weekend at, it's about a solid 30 minutes.
Well, this one's 40 from me, and I drive there almost every weekend right now.
Man, how's the wife like that?
Well, see, now the real good thing about this is they open at 8 a.m.
Oh man, that's great.
So I can go out 8 to 10 and then be back by 11 when everybody's just getting going.
Very nice.
And I wake up early as it is. Working in healthcare, I start at 7 every day almost, sometimes before. So I've been getting up at 5 for, I can't even tell you how many years, at least a decade.
A decade, man. Don't age yourself. I liked your Hurricane Irma videos too. That was pretty cool to see it from your perspective.
That was an interesting time.
Oh, because that was your first hurricane, right?
That was my first hurricane, yeah.
Because you're from Colorado.
Well, originally I'm from New York, so I've dealt with blizzards and whatnot, but this was my first like head-on hurricane.
Oh wow!
And it just so happened I was on call that weekend at the hospital, so it hit on September 10th, I think, because it was my best friend's birthday. I'll never forget it. And we were at the hospital. I have a call room. So, I mean, people were lined in the hallways, sleeping on air mattresses, sleeping on floors, anywhere you could find a spot to sleep because the building's rated for category 5. So people just came and came and came. So I got lucky and I had a call room. It was not very big. It was not much bigger. It was smaller than a dorm room in college. So I slept in a twin size mattress or a twin size bed with my wife, which is not a lot of space. And my kids slept on the floor next to me in even less space. But you know what? We got through it. We were safe. No damage to the house.
Nice.
I flew the drone up. I think we lost one tile and a downspout. So right next door, probably about a mile away, there was a tornado that came through and all these trees, you can imagine the tornado just took a straight line and chopped all the trees in half.
Yeah.
And
tornadoes in Texas are very picky. They strictly hit trailer parks for the most part. No, so when I first moved here, so I packed up my truck. I drove to Houston. Everything's still in the truck. And then I think it was Ike hit that night. Ike hit that. I drove in the morning. And the hurricane hit that night. So my apartment's empty. I have no can openers. I don't have any silverware, no batteries, nothing. I paid $20 for some AAA batteries or 2 from the gas station. They rip you off, man. And then I was excited. I was like, oh man, a hurricane. I've never been in a hurricane. That's cool. So I had my handy cam, the big handy cam. I'm outside and then the metal carport gets ripped off. I'm like, man, I should probably go inside. It was not fun. And so my girlfriend, now wife, was in California visiting, wrapping up stuff because she was going to move out. And I spent 9 days in the dark, complete darkness, no flashing red lights, nothing. And so, I called her and I go, what are you doing? She goes, I'm at the beach with my friends. What are you doing? Oh, I'm sitting in the dark with the cat, just hanging out. And so she was flying in the following like Saturday or Sunday, and the lights come on an hour before I pick her up. And I'm like, I should probably tidy up the apartment. So I spent that hour cleaning because it was a mess. Pick her up, bring her back, and then she walks in. She goes, I don't know what you're complaining about. Everything looks fine. But I was eating literally tuna and crackers and water. It was horrible. I was living like a hobbit. I had a tea candle with a coffee cup just to heat water because everything was electric. Mm-hmm. So I was just trying to heat water to make like tea, anything. It was never again. I'm so over prepared now. It's pathetic.
I know. And I love to camp. So I've got, stuff. So what happened was I set up my camping stuff in the back. And like this is 2 days after it hit. So we had come home on the Monday and I set up all my camping stuff in the back and there's no power. We didn't have power for, I didn't have power here for 10 days. My
Oh
wife and
wow.
kids and in-laws, they went up to Orlando because they got a cheap room for like $150 a night, and it was like a suite. It was like 2,000 square feet. But
Wow.
we people just brought over food from their freezers that was going to go bad, and we just cooked everything. And there were like 15 of us just cooking and waiting for the power to come back on.
Yeah, that's awesome. That when Harvey came, it was like that here. I live on a cul-de-sac now, and I back up to a
Mm-hmm.
preserve. And from my back door to where the preserve is, it's about a 8-foot drop. Well, I saw water that morning kind of in the woods, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. There's water in the woods. And then it started to really pool up. And by 7 o'clock that night, it was at the weep holes in my house. So it's already above my fence, already at, it's going to come in. So I shut the door. I get my cell phone out, and I'm like, any minute it's going to come pouring through. And it just never did. It sucked because I moved everything upstairs and I had to move it all back downstairs by myself. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah.
All that heavy
We
furniture.
saw where the water line was because we have a big lake behind us also. And we saw where the water line was. And it was still a good like 30, 40 feet from the house, but it rose a lot. I mean, it rained a lot in that storm.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was crazy. And then I'm so dumb. I'm a city guy. I don't know anything about floods or hurricanes. I'm outside the next morning. The water's up past my knees, and I'm walking around the street in the cul-de-sac. And my neighbor's like, "Hey, that sewage water you're waddling around in?" And I'm like, "All right, I'll go take a shower. That's disgusting. It's disgusting."
God, I know all about that from New York.
Oh, New
New York's
York.
a dirty,
What
dirty
part of New
place.
York were you from?
I was born in Brooklyn, so New York City, and we moved to Staten Island when I was 4. So I spent my life in the city.
Oh man, it used to be so cool. New York used to have such a cool vibe. Well, it was funny. Not funny, but I went there a couple times growing up. I don't know how old I'm 43, and so I was working for a company based in New Jersey. And that weekend, the girls at the office were like, "Hey, I'm gonna take you to the city." It's like, "All right, cool." So we go to the city, and then she's like, we got to find a Mac machine." I'm like, "What are you talking about? A Mac machine? It's an ATM machine, but I guess everyone calls it a Mac machine." I thought she was crazy. And then we ended up going to some crazy clubs. One was like an abandoned church. I don't remember the names. Giant, and the other one was, I don't know, but it was the nuttiest, craziest weekend of my life. It was nuts. It was so much fun, but I was terrified. So many people are in your
Oh,
face. The hotel I stayed at,
oh,
when I walked downstairs, I couldn't handle it. I mean, the people are just, there's no personal space there. I mean, they're right on top of you. It wigs me out.
so I'm 38, so I'm a little bit younger than you. So, I mean, I remember going. I was never a club person. It was not my scene. Um, my siblings had issues with substances, and I just kind of stayed away
Right,
from it.
right.
And I started working at the hospital when I was 18. So um, I was always in the hospital, and I see all the bad things that it does. And I mean, there was so much ecstasy in those clubs that it
There was
just
quite a
was a
bit.
total turnoff. And
Limelight. It was called Limelight. It was a
yeah,
abandoned
Limelight. I
Catholic
remember
church.
that
Oh, have you
one.
heard about it?
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm Mr. LA guy, and I didn't know things stay open until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. California, everything closes at 2 a.m. All the bars close at 2. All the clubs close at 2. So I remember going up to a girl, a little tiny girl, and I said, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" And she turns around without missing a beat. She goes, "I don't know. Can you buy me a drink? You that smart?" I'm like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" I don't know how to respond to that. I'm from LA. I don't know. It was crazy. That city, and
Uh,
then we ended up at a reggae bar. God, that place was nuts. So nuts. Now it's a shithole.
oh yeah.
We went last year. We went for a UFC fight. Me and my wife. We saw an MSG. We went to MSG for, who was fighting? It was the BMF belt. It was nuts. It was so much fun. Uh, but the city, that was probably like one of the last times. I don't think I'll ever go back again because it was still really nice. That was before all the riots. That's before they started looting Macy's, and it's before all the COVID and all the craziness started. That was in December of 2019.
Yeah.
I think January, February is when they started getting nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. About then, March. Then all the cases were going up and crazy like that, and they just shut it down.
Yeah.
New York is a good place to be from.
I never thought about it like that because everyone I meet here in Houston, Texas, they all want to go to LA. I'm like, why? Oh, because that's where everything's at. No, it's not. It's horrible.
Well, they just passed new stuff, and it's going to be a total lockdown, and there's going to be a mass exodus from there.
Unfortunately. Well, what sucks for them is, it's the people that can move and have the means to move that will move. All the poor people are stuck there. I mean, they can't. I mean, moving is expensive. They don't have $4 or $5 grand to pack all their stuff up and just go.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. These people, they go out there, they get down on their luck, and they can't leave.
No, well, I think, doesn't Hawaii have some kind of they have some kind of plan with the homeless. Like if you're homeless, they'll buy you a plane ticket off the island anywhere you want to go.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And my niece went to, she was such a great kid. And then she went to University of Hawaii. Now she thinks she's Hawaiian. And we were having a conversation about COVID. And I go, so if I was over there and I broke the curfew, would you turn me in? She goes, yes, I would. You would turn me in. Your uncle. Yes. I was like, man, she is so far left now. Hawaii ruined her. So I'm bummed out. I love that kid, but
it's tough. I mean, my best friend, we've been friends since 1987. He's pretty far left, but somehow we managed to not talk about politics, and we haven't ruined our friendship yet.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's key. For everyone that does not have a subscription, or whoever is not a subscriber already to Mr. Andrew Conrad, I just put a link in the description.
Try and go back to some of these comments, see if
I know there's quite a few. Yep, I remember the Mac machines. See, Mac machine, that thing was weird. That's like when I was in Michigan when I was a kid. My cousins were like, "Hey, you want some pop?" And I thought they were saying
pop.
I thought they were saying pot. And I'm like, man, your dad is right there. What are you talking about? Shut up. No, you want some pop? I'm like, no, I don't want any pot. No pot.
So what do you got in the pipeline? What type of videos you got coming out?
I just finished a video on a 9mm 1911 because 45 and 10 mil is just too expensive. This weekend, I'm having a meet and greet for subscribers at that Trinity Armory. I hope you guys are going because it's sponsored now. I don't know if I should tell who sponsors it. I picked up 2 sponsors for this event, so the raffle is going to be ridiculous.
Well, that's fun.
Just saying. If you like Ted Nugent, you should definitely go to this. That's all I'm saying. If you like the Dooge, this is going to be pretty cool. And that's about it for me. I have, what's funny, and I'm sure you run into this too, is the most expensive videos to produce get the least amount of views. The ammo run videos take just a few hours of your time to edit it together, and it gets, I don't know, a couple 100,000 views after a few months, or at least 20. But all the gun reviews, maybe 4,000 or 5,000.
Those are definitely slower going. Those are people who are searching like, hey, I'm looking at picking up P320X compact and let me do it. But it's not like breaking the door down. So, I watch a lot of YouTube. It's my primary source. Like I don't watch TV. I don't go to the movies. I mean, I have Netflix, I have Prime, but I don't really watch any series. I watch people on YouTube. I love watching, like, it's real. It's real. Well, some of it's fake, but for the most part, it's real. And My wife watches all those like Real Housewives of every state and
Oh
the
no.
real estate shows, and they're fake. They're put on. I mean, even like House Hunters, as wholesome as House Hunters is, it's all fake, but YouTube is real. So I love watching YouTube, and I get a lot of ideas, and I get a lot of ideas from the comment section, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm looking for somebody that's never shot a gun right now. I want to take to the range and just give them like a 5 minute. This is how you shoot a gun. Shoot a gun. Have a good time, and then send her off to like a instructor. Let them teach her how to do it before she develops too many flaws. You know, so that's what I'm looking for. That's another video idea. I have one I did, and then God, Family, and Guns, he did the exact same video. So kind of upset about it. I was like, damn, he did like literally the exact video I did. So I scrapped it. I was so mad. But, you know, in everything we do, it's not really that original of an idea. It's just a variation on someone else. I mean, it's been done to death. I mean, it's been done to death.
Yeah, that's what Tool says. I mean, if you think you got something original on YouTube, you're wrong. It's just,
yeah, we have
too many videos.
We talk about that all the time. Because he's like, all these reviews I do, it's been done, you know, unless it's a brand new gun, someone's done it. So,
but I will say that, like, I was watching a video because there's this ammo distributor that my brother-in-law was telling me about, and I look at them every now and then, and they had the Winchester Talons, the black Talons, that were supposedly the most deadly or the deadliest round ever made. And I watched a video on it to see what it was like, and it was from like 9 years ago. Now, if somebody made it today with 4K, I'm probably going to watch that versus their 720p version. So it's, I mean, it's okay to like replicate stuff, I think, because I'm definitely going to watch the one that's newer.
Yeah. Plus, once you have a pretty good library, you can always go back and revisit it. Like, don't you have a 320 compact, a SIG?
Yeah, I have two X compacts. Yeah.
And you did a video on it like 2 years ago or a year ago, a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think it was November of last year. I did a comparison between the X compact and then the X compact RXP.
Yeah. See, now if you get another version of that or something else, then you can rehash that video, and you could probably even use cuts from that video and do a whole nother video comparing another gun to those. So there's a lot of YouTubers that have, like Dan, the firearms guy. He's got like 1,900 videos, and you know, he goes back 10, 11 years. So he could go back in his library and just pull. For instance, he has one best concealed carry for a female. I'm sure his idea of that has changed in the last 8 years. So he could just rehash that same video. So there's a lot of stuff out there. But you did one video and it was on indoor range woes. And that's true. Like if you're a city guy, or if you don't have access to property, which you really don't unless you live out here, or unless you have people that have property out here, going to an indoor range is really the only thing you got going on.
Yeah. Well, like when I went and shot that FNX Tactical 45 and the casing blew up, which I have right here. Still have it on my desk.
Oh, wow.
They told me I couldn't shoot that ammo anymore. It was brand new Winchester White Box, and it just left such a sour taste in my mouth that I just really don't even want to go back there.
Yeah, some ranges. Oh my God. So you guys, did you watch the IV88 video I did on driving up where me and Mike stop at that gun range?
Yeah.
Oh my, let me tell you about this gun range. Guys, check this out. This is the most Nazi gun range I've ever been to. Safety Nazis.
It's bedtime.
Yeah, it's bedtime. Go to bed.
Yeah, go to bed, Ryan. He snuck underneath.
Oh, mine does that all the time. They'll try and sneak in a little bit, but so we go in, and granted, we're both experienced shooters. We both have some pretty nice guns. I mean, Mike has a CZ SP something 01 that's like just came out, cost a fortune. He's got 2 staccatos. He looks like a professional shooter. His bag is nice. He has all the stuff. To go into this range, you had to take your gun out, put it down one of these I forget what they call that, where it's the test tube, or if there's a round, you pull the trigger, it goes into the round.
Okay.
It's like goes into like that steel tube.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, so you have to put your gun in there, take the magazine out, pull the trigger, put the magazine, put it back for everyone. You take all your ammo out. If it's in a box, you got to open it up. He takes a magnet, goes over all your ammo. I was like, great. And then we had to sit and watch a 9-minute video on how not to be retarded. And it was the most basic, boring, horrible. I mean, you sit in this couch, you have to watch this video. And then we go into the range and there's cameras everywhere, all over the back wall. There's like camera per lane. There's cameras on top of the lane. And the guy's eyeballing you the whole time. It was the nuttiest. And it was $26 a person to shoot.
Wow.
Because when Mike was taking too long to get his stuff together, I thought, hey, I'll pay for it. You know, I go out. She goes, oh, that's $58. I'm like, say what? $58. We were there 30 minutes.
So the range that I joined, it's $80 a month. Ooh. And you can make one reservation per week, and then if there's any extra time, you can go, you know, whenever you want. But it's a 2-hour block, so I'm getting 8 hours of reservation every month, and
you can do anything you want there.
You can shoot just about anything you want,
as fast as you want.
As fast as you want.
That's not bad. I'd pay.
And they have all the steel, and they've got a ton of steel that you can shoot at.
I'd pay it.
Yeah, and it's so my buddy and I went 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and we shot. And now listen, it's Florida and it's hot, it's buggy and it's muggy, and we shot for 2 hours running around in our. Well, I had my vest on, he didn't have his vest on, but then we finished and we went over to a pistol bay that was empty, and we shot there for an hour, and it was great. So we got 3 hours. So the local indoor range, they just bumped up their prices to $18 an hour. And I feel like I'm getting such a good deal at this range, considering what's there. There's 300-yard ranges or bays, and then there's 2 50-yard bays, and then 7 pistol bays.
That's not bad. In the chat real quick, Will, he's at what range? So I never go there. That range was in the middle of Montgomery, Alabama. So it's probably not going to be. You'll probably never go there. It's horrible. It was, I mean, the range was kind of nice, but the whole atmosphere was just, you felt so suffocated. So my outdoor range, go to bed. Same time. So my range out here, the indoor range, it's $25, and they have 2 locations right next to me. One is pistol only and one is rifle only. The rifle only, they have a back range in another building that they let me use, and it's all to myself. So I have the indoor range all in myself, and I can shoot as much as I want anytime I want to go. It's $25. I can go to 2 different ranges. That's a good deal, because I've abused that like crazy. I take my time. I spend 2 hours there setting up a camera. It's great. It's great. But I would love to do what you do and just go goof around at the outdoor range.
It's nice when you're not like on the clock.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you a question.
Sure.
How did you get invited to the IV 88?
Oh, I can't put that on the air. I'll tell you off the camera. Well, I mean, you got to be a gun tuber, and you should have a minimum of about 5,000 subscribers. I think that's the minimum. So you're already over that. So I could pull some strings for you, brother.
Yeah, I would like
fun.
To start networking out a little bit.
It's pretty fun. Now, let me give you some advice that someone gave me, and it's 100% true. No one's going to ever just give you something.
Yeah.
You have to ask for it all. Like, I just got Springfield Army to send me a gun. I've had a relationship with Ruger for a while, PSA, but I've had to hunt these people down because I'm in sales. That's what I do. I stalk people. So I hunt them down. I send them very polite emails. This is me. This is who I'm at. You know, I'd love to be on your T&E program, test and evaluation program. Please keep me in mind. And every month you send a very polite email, and it's it's a dogfight, man. I mean, it's hard. But once you get your first one, it gives your channel like credibility. Then I got Crimson Trace just sent me a bunch of stuff. Crossbreed Holsters sent me some really nice holsters. Just cool stuff. Cool stuff. But they expect a nice video, which is, you know, you're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
My only fear is one day they're gonna send me something I'm gonna hate. And I'm gonna have to shit on it because I can't. I mean, I'll politely shit on it, but I can't ever be disingenuous with all these people that watch. You know.
Yeah, like Core Essentials, they sent me that belt, and I think I put a pretty good video together. I mean, I wear the belt every day. It's comfortable and whatnot. I mean, there were a couple of things that I didn't like, but I didn't design it, so
right.
It's still a great belt. And they just came out with a war belt, like a duty belt.
Yeah, that's what I want to put together.
I wish they got in touch with me a couple months later because I would have requested that one.
Call them back, request it.
Yeah, but I got like all this gear for the Patriot games. I'm glad I won't have to buy it again. It was expensive.
What is this Patriot games for everyone that doesn't know? Because I have no idea what it is.
All right. Have you ever heard of the tactical games?
Vaguely.
All right. So the tactical games is basically firearms and CrossFit.
Okay.
So
Andrew, does it look like I CrossFit, bro? Does it look like I do any form of running?
Do you even CrossFit? But anyway, so
right.
like when I like signed up for the Patriot games, I was 221 pounds and I was moderately in shape, but like it really, really lit a fire under my butt to really like start getting in shape and doing things. Cause I have to wear that 25-pound plate carrier while doing these things. We have to. So one of the things that I remember vividly so I follow them on Instagram, and they had to do an overhand with a barbell and 245 or 145 on each side. And he had to walk like 100 feet, drop the weight, and then shoot on target.
Oh, wow.
So, and then as I'm doing all these exercises and watching the tactical games and watching what he's putting out on his Instagram page for the Patriot games, I'm like, this is all like real world stuff. What if we're in a scenario where society collapses and you're fending for yourself? You know, are you going to be able to carry your gun a mile? Are you going to be able to carry weight? Are you going to be able to do all this stuff? And it's all like so relevant. And it was such an eye opener, and it's awesome. And I love training for it. I love getting in shape. I love getting better shooting. People still comment on some of my like first shooting videos where I'm like flinching and
oh man,
really
trust
bad.
me, I get horrible comments.
And I just like, all right, I'm a little bit better now. Check out some of my newer videos. But
yeah.
So I got down to 206.2. So I lost like 15 pounds. And my goal is to get below 200 before the competition in about 2 weeks. And it's so relevant now that I'm doing it. And I do want to enter some tactical games next year. Should there be some, I mean, people travel like 1,000 miles to go to these tactical games, and the camaraderie that and the friendships that they make at these games, it's like another family type thing. And this one's only 40 minutes from my house. So it's like, why the heck not?
If there's ever one in Houston, I'll come cheer you on, bro.
Maybe there's got to be a good outdoor range there.
There are a bunch of ranges here that are pretty good. Like the one I go to is real nice, but it's just far. By the time you pack up all your guns and the camera and all that stuff, and I'm a one-man show, like you know, it's when you get out there, you're like, damn. So, sometimes I just want to go shoot just to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
But I did a video, like a rant video about 2 weeks ago, of that same thing. That what's your most important prep? It should be your health.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to release that one. I have a lot of videos in the works. Okay, here I have about 15 videos working. I don't know if I'm going to do them all. I don't know. Some of this stuff is like, eh. It sounds like a good idea until you shoot the vid, and then it's like, I don't think anybody really cares.
Yeah. Well, you never know.
Yeah.
But I took your advice from whenever I called in, whenever that live was, about putting out 4 videos a week. And I've been doing that for probably a month now.
Yeah,
And
your channel has grown quite a bit.
I was watching my subscriber count, and it would go up, and then it would drop by 200. It'd go up, and then it drop, and getting rid of all those fake spam bot accounts.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of steady on the up and up again.
Yeah, I mean, when I was really cruising was January, February, March, and then in April I got a new job, and I just kind of couldn't dedicate that much time. And you could see it, you go from 4 to 5 videos to like 2. And then there were some months I did like 2 videos a week, and it kind of kicks you out of the algorithm. But now I'm back to it. I don't want to do ammo run videos every other day. Although that will, like if you do an ammo run video every other day, it will put you in good standing with the YouTube algorithm. But I just want to do like gun reviews and have, I don't know. This channel is just for me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like this weekend, it's just for, like, I don't advertise my meetups to non-subscribers. Like I won't, like the gun range wanted to advertise it to their members. I said, no, why do I want some random people showing up? I mean, this meet and greet is a thank you to my subscribers. That's why I put so much effort into it, because it's a lot of fun. We have a blast. And I don't want just some random people showing up. Like a buddy of mine is like, hey, I'm going to invite a bunch of friends. Are they subscribers? No. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Let's check the chat. So what do you do at the hospital, can I ask?
So I am a nurse anesthetist. So I give anesthesia. I put people to sleep on a daily basis.
God, I hate you guys. No, just one. So my wife had a C-section. I was lucky enough to be behind the curtain just hanging out, and the anesthesiologist stands right behind, and he's monitoring everything, So the baby comes out, great. And I hear the baby. I can't see nothing, thank Jesus. Not yet anyway. And he goes, hey, man, everything's cool. Baby's out. You can look if you want. I should not have looked because it was not cool. So I stand up and I look over the curtain. I'm like, holy shucks. That's not cool, man. And he's like laughing. He's like, oh, I meant, everything's cool with the baby. I wanted to hit that guy so bad. So the next time, she had 2. So the next time, man, it's like this. And I just get up and I face the wall and I walk around, grab the baby. Hey, here's the baby. And then I leave. I'm like, man, get me out of here. Not looking. I don't want to see what's inside my wife. It's horrible. I almost lost it, man. I almost lost it. Never look, guys. Don't ever look.
I've seen some guys almost go down. They,
100%.
All these tough guys, and they just can't do it. I mean, I see this stuff on a daily basis. I've seen some stuff that you can only imagine about, and it just doesn't faze me anymore. I've been in healthcare for 20 years now.
Oh, anesthesiologist. So when your kids are fussy, I don't want to go to bed. Now you're going to bed.
Oh, they'll just get the hammer.
No, so you have 2 kids, boy and a girl?
I have a boy and a girl. Ryan is sitting right here. He's been listening to the stream. And if his mother knows that he's sitting down here, he's going to get in a lot of trouble.
Uh-oh. Ryan. Oh, she's probably in the chat.
She might be.
That's hilarious. So does he shoot with you?
He has. So he's got his rifle shooting merit badge for the Scouts. And nice. My brother-in-law, he has some land out in Colorado, and we've shot out there too. But I might take him to the range on Saturday morning. My daughter has a birthday party, so he wants to go. He wants to shoot. So I want to get a 22, a Henry 22, like that's what everybody
Right.
should have. So there was one at the Rural King, but yeah, see, mommy said you better get upstairs. Want to get a 22. There was one at Rural King, and somebody bought it, and I was pretty bummed about that.
Yeah. So what's the ammo like out there? Because here there's so much ammo on the shelf right now. The last time I went to Academy, there was so much they had to keep it on the cart, and there were still unopened boxes. And it's just the price is still a little expensive. Like today, well, I bought a lot of ammo today, but I didn't get it from Academy. But it's just everywhere, tons of it.
It's weird because there are sometimes, like, I found that Hornady Frontier, the hollow points, and they were $750 for 20 rounds, and it's just like such an incredible deal. And then you don't see that for like 2 months. And then
Did you buy every single one you could get your hands on?
I didn't.
Oh my god, that sounds like a mismarked price.
But then I bought the Winchester 12 gauge. Those self-defense slugs were $3 for 10, and they're normally like $17-$18. They were on clearance ammunition right now is insane. And Tools posted in his ammo video this week, and I posted in mine. Rural King had a customer appreciation sale, and their 308 and their double aught buck and the 7.62 by 39, they were on sale.
That's crazy.
So I got 148 grain 308 for $13.
I would have bought every single box you could buy.
My 308's not done yet, so I didn't go nuts.
I would go nuts, man. Like I'm a firm believer. Like that was what my video was on. That God, Family, and Guns did a video, and I did a whole video on just don't get caught with your pants down again. And just while it's there, even if it's pricey, just buy and buy and buy. And there's never enough. I don't think, I think in one of your videos, you said you had just over 10K of 22. That's a good start. But, and honestly, I'm not even buying bulk 22 anymore. I'm just buying like this. I bought 40 of these like 2 weeks ago. And
those hollow points?
Yeah, like I want really good stuff in here. I don't want like the bulk 22 and the big 800 round packs. I have a bunch of those, but I want like quality 22 because when you shoot them out of those pistols, it matters. Some of those 22 pistols don't like, bulk 22. It shoots too dirty for them,
I saw like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I saw an Instagram post, and somebody built essentially the same 22 AR that I'm building, and they're waiting on their can, which I haven't purchased the suppressor yet, but KAK Industry, I think that's out in California, they make a slim muzzle device that's extended, so it's like 5 inches long, and it'll take the place of the suppressor until it gets there. So I ordered that, and it should be here in a couple of days. And then that one will be done, and I'm going to run a bunch of 22 through it to see what works and what doesn't. And then once I know what does work, that's what I'm going to, stock up on, because that's what I know will work. Because, listen, people dog the 22, but if you put a bunch of 22 into an intruder, they're probably going to get stopped, and it's better than nothing.
Well, I mean, just the fact that you can just carry so many rounds with you at once. My thing with 22 is, I bought a bunch of. There was this 122 in the black box. I bought a bunch of it. I forget who makes it. Chris, who makes that? Chris in the chat, who makes that 22 that Academy is selling? It's 50 rounds. It's a little black box. It's not Hornady.
Nor is it the Norma TAC 22?
Norma TAC 22. That is the biggest piece of junk. It's so slippery, and honestly, every gun I fired it out of 2 pistols and 2 rifles, it would just jam nonstop. That is the junkiest, crappiest ammo, and
it's insane because it's expensive. There are 100,000 rounds on the shelf, and it's so overpriced. It's
It's super out here. It's $11.99 a box of 50.
Oh, it's not that much. It's $8.99 here.
Still, it's trash. It's trash ammo. This stuff right here was $9.99 for a box of 50. But it's good. You know, this is good stuff. I shoot the heck out of CCI and Spear. No issues at all. Federal too.
That's what I carry. I carry Spear Gold Dot in my CCW.
Yeah. That Norma stuff is junk. Absolute junk. So I saw that
other than that, the ammo is it's pretty prevalent. I mean, some of it's really, really overpriced, but I just put in today's video that there's so much on the pistol shelf and the rifle shelf. They're combined, and it was the rimfire, but they've actually had to move the rimfire off because they've been getting a ton of 9 and it's lasting on the shelves. They've got a ton of self-defense. They've got, at least, a number of thousand rounds of 40, 45. Then they've got tens of thousands of rounds of 5.56 and 2.23. It's too expensive and people don't buy it as much as they thought that they would.
The prices will come down. I think the prices are going to come down. Well, we have November elections coming up. And if nothing goes crazy, if there's no school shooting, if there's no shenanigans going on, I think by Christmas prices are going to dump, pretty heavy, and just keep buying it. Just buy.
Yeah, I'm running out of space over here. That's where the majority of mine is, and I'm gonna have to get creative here soon.
There you go. I'm sure the wife is gonna let you buy another safe.
Well, I need to get a safe.
You don't have a safe?
Mine are locked up individually because I kind of just got into this in the last couple of months, and it's either a trigger guard or I keep them disassembled. So
that's cool. I mean, not everyone has. I didn't have a safe the first 2 years I was into guns. I mean, that's something. But one word of advice: when you buy a safe, buy the absolute biggest safe you can get. I mean, the biggest safe you can get, because it's gonna get full, and you're gonna be like, "Shit, I should have bought a bigger safe." I know a lot of people that have buyer's remorse. They'll get like a 21 gun or a 36 gun. Get like a Liberty Fat Boy 72 gun, because it's not really 72 guns. It's not going to fit 72. It'll fit with optics and everything. It'll fit like 25. But get the absolute biggest safe you can get. For everyone watching, this is Mr. Andrew Conrad. He has a YouTube channel. I just put a link to his channel in the description. Please click it and subscribe. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd greatly appreciate you subscribing to my channel. If you don't like it, you can always unsubscribe.
I do have an idea of which safe I want. It's at the Bass Pro, and it's like $2,800. But it's one of those big 12 gauge, 75 minutes at 1200 degree rated. Right. And I have 2 kayaks in my garage, and I'm contemplating selling one because I don't use them anymore. So it's just money sitting there that, because I really, I take safety pretty seriously, and I'm getting to the point where it's not the best situation. Everything is like, there's no chance that anybody could do anything with it, but I'm worried about just something happening. So I need to get a safe. I need to just lock them up and protect them. If somebody breaks in, they're gone.
Yeah. I always joke, but like I was telling my wife the other day, it's like we got 2 laptops out on the kitchen table. I had my gun bag out full of guns because I forgot to do it and put them away. And I was like, geez, we have some crazy security at my house, though. We have redundancy in security. We have 2 sets of security systems. So if one goes down, the other one will work. So
I was looking at getting one of those Vaultec safes. Yeah, have you seen those?
No. Which one? The handgun safe
is the brand.
They make like the handgun safes, right?
Yeah, they make the handgun safes, but then they also make like floor safes. And I was really like, I wanted to get one of those because you can have a button, so you can press the button, like keep it next to your bed, the button, and then go into your closet. The door's already open. You can get what you need to get, but it's like $1,800 and didn't look that big inside. I think they way over advertise it.
Well, the thing is too, is like I do international logistics, and just for anybody out there looking for a safe, I have a customer right now who has about 30 containers full of safes that no one wants to move because take like a container full of Nike shoes. You can fit, I don't know, 100,000 pairs of Nikes in one of these containers. You add $2 to each shoe, it pays for your container. With these safes, you can only put 12 safes in one of these containers, and you're not going to add $2,000 to some Chinese Sentry safe. No one's going to buy a $3,000 Sentry safe. So whatever's here, that's all you're going to get for a while. So Jessica, if you're still in the chat, man, that would make a great Christmas present for your husband. A nice safe.
She's there.
Awesome. Just saying. A nice safe. I mean, it's for safety of the family. Plus, if it's fire resistant, you put the passports in it, important documents, birth certificates. I mean, Jessica, it's for the children. It's for the children. I think your husband needs ones for the children.
Yeah, this whole room is gonna change. This is my office. It's gonna change. I'm gonna put a safe over there, and I want to get a desk with a camera and stuff like that to do better recording, better sound, better light. Because I mean, the channel is moving in the right direction. Dark Angel Medical, they put something on their Instagram, and it was like, be part of our affiliate program. And I messaged them, I commented, and I heard nothing back. And a week went by, and I think I sent them a message on their Instagram page, and I was like, hey, I'm interested in the affiliate program. And they said, follow this link. And it was this link to this huge affiliate program. And I got Aero Precision and Ballistic Advantage and Dark Angel Medical and True Shot Gun Club.
The influencer platform?
I think it's a vast link. I think it is.
Avant link.
Avant link, yeah. Are you in that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's a good way to network a little bit. Nothing really came up through it, but then again, I don't want to. Like for me, it's, I don't know, affiliate program, unless it's a real high dollar item, you're not going to really get too much money. Like PSA, they asked me to do it. I guess I could do it, but I don't know.
It depends on the commission. Like Aero Precision and Ballistic Advantage is 10% commission. I mean, or 7% commission. That's the gun parts aren't cheap. So
they are on PSA.
Oh yeah.
But
my first rifle was PSA.
Yeah. It's the thing is, like, man, I want to do it, but I'm like, when I finish this live, I'm going to do 2 reports for work, and then I'm on the road all day tomorrow driving around for work. And then like if I didn't have, I guess I could do it. I did the Amazon affiliate link, and that was cool. I made about 13 cents. That was awesome.
Well, the thing with these links is, I mean, you really don't have to, they're just directing them through the website or through your link to their website, and they place an order. And the True Shot Gun Club is the one that I've gotten the orders through, and I just get a commission on it. So all you have to do is mention it in your videos, and people check the links, go and place an order if they want, and that's it. It's like,
yeah, I think YouTube's a little, I think they're cracking down on all these links you put in the description, though.
Are they really?
Go into anything gun related? So I know there's some people that have their own website with all the links on it, and then all they do is they link to the website, and then the website has all the links.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
I know on Instagram they're cracking down on Linktree.
Right.
Well, they went down for 6 hours last Friday or whatever it was, or a Monday.
Mike McClune says, my uncle had a walk-in safe in the basement of his old house. I would love to have a basement. Do you guys have a basement?
No.
Oh, it's Florida.
Yeah, the water table is too high.
Right. Same in Houston.
I would like to
Ducati's
have a
going to
walking
Knob
safe.
Creek tomorrow. Lucky dog. That's something I want to go. Ducati, how do I get an invite to that?
Oh, is that place in Kentucky or whatever that does
Kentucky, yeah. They do that
that
full
full
auto.
auto? Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
That would be pretty sweet. Mr. Guns and Gear has a website. Dude, that guy is a trip. That's all I'm gonna say. Mr. Guns and Gear is a trip. He's definitely like extremely well organized. Like ridiculously well organized guy. Very nice guy though. Very chatty.
Randy, I wonder. I've thought about the join thing. I don't know if I'm going to do that though.
Yeah, I have a join all set up. I just have to do the turn on, but I don't know. But the more guns I review, like last month, I spent easily $2,000 worth of ammo. Easy. And more, way more. Because I did 5 gun reviews, 600 rounds a piece, and 2 of the guns are 10 millimeter. And it's fun. You're at the range, you're churning through it, but man, you burn through a lot. And then you look down, you're like, oh crap! You see all these empty boxes. It's
I forget which YouTuber it was, but he was like, we spend like $3,000 or $4,000 on ammo a month just for the channel.
I totally believe it.
And Grand Thumb, probably. I just love his sense of humor, which is really dry. But
well, also a lot of the bigger channels, they have ammo sponsors too.
Yeah, they do, but they're not getting sent as much these days, though.
Probably not. No. Well, Hickok probably still has his. I'm sure.
Such.
Yeah. Talk about a cool dude. That guy is.
Oh yeah, you met him.
Yeah, that dude. So we met and we chit chatted a little bit, and then after lunch, we sat and talked for like another 45 minutes. Super sharp guy. And he does that prepping channel too.
Yeah, I've been subscribed for a long time.
I was trying not to fanboy out, honestly, because it's really. I love all his videos. That guy's responsible for more gun purchases in my gun safe than anybody else. Like, I really like his. To the point. This is the gun. Likes it. Doesn't like it. Let's see.
He's a Glock boy. I mean.
He does.
Your video from Tuesday with the Glock versus not Glock with Courtney.
Oh yeah, Courtney is cool, man. That girl, and even her husband is so down to earth. He totally knows that all those dudes are checking out his wife. He's like, "Hey, man, just comes with the turf. She comes home with me."
That's true.
That is
where your bread's buttered,
right? Right. Let's see in the chat. Fluffy 10 millimeter. I get emails from True Shot. I'm not sure about ordering from them.
From what I've heard, they're totally legit. It's a gun club in Arizona, and I have not seen a bad review about them.
No. Chris asked if I have a Patreon. I don't even know what Patreon is. I think that's something where they donate money. Something like that. I have a.
It's like the join thing.
Oh, is it? Because I have
it's kind of like behind the scenes type stuff, and they get access to.
Oh, that would be hilarious because I have a lot of blooper reels. I'll tell you that. It gets nuts. I have to cut out so much stuff. Like on that trip, me and Mike were just going nuts on that trip. Let's see.
It's the last one ever.
What's that?
Ducati says that it's the last one ever.
Last one what?
For the Knob Creek, I guess.
No way.
It's the next comment down.
I think he said it's the last one for him because his kids are outgrowing it. Oh no, the owners are retiring. Oh man.
Somebody should pick that up. I'm sure that'll keep going.
Someone's gonna pick that up for sure. It's too much fun.
Yeah, it's fun when ABC News used the footage from that in a thing about war overseas.
Yeah,
they got busted.
The news is so fake. I remember when I was a kid and the first Iraq war was going on, they were showing these two anchors in this hotel room, and they're like, "Yes, we can hear it outside." And there was like gunshots and explosions, and they turned around and they were in New York City. They weren't even over there. They were faking. They were in front of like a green screen the whole time. CNN, man. Nice. So what's next for your channel? I mean, now that you have access to this outdoor range, I think your possibilities are wide open.
I've got a lot of ideas. I mean, everywhere I go, I'm writing notes with ideas for videos, and it's like they're all over the place. I like the just doing the little ammo reviews. You know, you find a brand and it's like, hey, is this any good?
Right.
And compare it to something else. So, I mean, that's a quick, easy video that you can do.
I do have one complaint about your channel.
What's that?
Your 2-minute Tuesdays are like 3.5 minutes.
I know.
It's not 2 minutes.
There's a guy in Canada.
Just call it 3-minute Thursdays.
And his name is Peter McKinnon, and he was a favorite YouTuber of mine. And he used to do 2-minute Tuesdays, and they'd be like 4 or 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
He'd be like, maybe we could try and get it at 2 minutes.
Peter McKinnon is a wonderful photographer. I love his.
That's how he started.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
He really, really worked his way up. I mean, he worked at a camera shop, and then he was doing film photography he's also really good at magic.
Yeah, I saw that one he did with card tricks. He was
he
does a lot of card tricks.
And
I'm a big fan.
He's a big EDC guy too. I don't think he carries a handgun, firearm, but he's really into knives and stuff like that, and minimalist EDC stuff.
Oh wow!
He's got a separate thing, Pete's Pirate Life.
Pete's Pirate Life.
Yeah, so he's like secretly a pirate, and he makes these drops every so often, and I mean the stuff is expensive and it sells. Like, he makes a ton of money off of it.
Huh. That's interesting.
I think it's Fly the Flag.
Huh. But I'll check it out. Yeah, like Peter McKinnon is wonderful. I think him, and I think, you know, I was a big fan of Casey Neistat.
Me too.
You know, I was watching Casey for years, just watching him, how his vlogging style was growing. And it's funny that there's a lot of YouTubers that will have, you know, a couple hundred subscribers, and they'll do a vlog and they wonder why no one watches them. Mostly because nobody knows who you are yet.
Yeah.
I mean, even doing live chats, I had to wait till I was 5,000-6,000 subscribers before I started doing lives. No one would watch. And then it's because no one knows who you are. I mean, it's a process.
Yeah. So the thing that I got on my channel from Casey's, if you ever watched Casey's videos, he always had a movie playing in the background.
Yeah, I noticed you. What did you have playing in your background the other day?
It was Swordfish.
It's Top Gun.
No, I haven't put Top Gun on there.
Wasn't that Top Gun playing in the background of one of your?
No, I don't. Not recently. The last one was Swordfish, and I was so pissed because I was so tired. And have you seen Swordfish?
Many times.
So I recorded it. I recorded my little clip and I played it back because I'm like, oh man, this was like the worst movie to put up there. And sure enough, it was the scene where Halle Berry's dancing in a thong and a bra, or not dancing. Hugh Jackman confronts her in the thong and a bra, and I'm like, I can't put this in there, and I had to record the whole thing over again.
Yeah, it could have been worse. It could have been her sunbathing.
Yes. Well, my son, we'll leave that one alone.
God, kids today are spoiled.
No, he was doing his homework off to the side, and I put it on. There was no sound on, so he didn't see anything. And I was like, "Oh crap, that's that scene!" And I
oh my God, you have the internet. Trust me.
Yeah, I know.
He's probably seen everything.
I know.
Sorry, mom. You know, kids today are spoiled.
Well, I told him. He's like, "What's the name of the channel you're going to be on tonight?" And I was like, "Smash Time." He's like, "Oh."
Oh, well, if you just Google Smash Time, it's like a dance group.
Yeah.
And it's like a urban dance group, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Just do Smash Time Ammo," and then I come up. But yeah, that's a lot. I get that a lot.
Yeah.
Or some girls are like, "Smash Time, man, what are you talking about smashing?" Like, not you.
Yeah. No.
All right, we got Santi
Ooh.
TV in here. What's up, Santi?
Hey, Santi.
She is one CR42 hunting. His channel is coming along pretty crisply. This guy, CR42, has a funny sense of humor. I dig his channel. I really dig his channel. If you're
I
not
need to. I want to go hunting. That's one of the things that I want to get into here soon. Also, because I lived in my house here we lived here like 3 years
yeah.
before we realized that there's like 1,000 acres of preserve that you can go hunting on 5 minutes from here.
Oh, so the preserve right behind me that I live with, you can't hunt on there.
No,
it's a bummer because there's a lot of coyotes back there. It's
uh-huh.
About 300 and change acres, but you can't really do anything.
Oops. Sorry.
Let's see. Gunmetal Guy USA, Smashing Conrad. Is there any quick start tips for channels? Like maybe not having something like having an item in a video that won't age well if channel growth, tips like that. My biggest tip to new YouTubers is just to quit. Because it will suck your soul out of your body. No, really, I think thumbnails is the most important part of your video. You should spend just as much time on your thumbnail as your video editing, because that's what gets people to click. And I've tested it. I've taken shucky thumbnails on purpose, and the videos have died. And I've really taken my time and tried to get the lighting right, and those videos go through the roof. Same content, same title, everything.
Be prepared to spend a lot of time doing it. I
100%.
mean, it does not go quickly when filming, refilming, or you mess something up. Now it's tough to do a channel without buying stuff. Like, people want to see what other people have. Like, that's what I've gathered from YouTube, and people always want to see what other people have. There's a guy, Your Average Consumer, and he's in New Jersey, and he's a big tech guy, but I can't go spend, he spends thousands of dollars on every video of tech stuff. He does Amazon unboxings, and that's like thousands and thousands of dollars. And the little guys just don't have that kind of.
I guarantee you, he's unboxing it and sending it back.
He might. Or those
no,
guys,
it's expensive. If you want to do YouTube, don't do a gun channel and expect to make any money, or don't do electronics, because, like I said, I hope my wife's not watching, but I spent over $2,000 out of my pocket on ammo just this last month, and that's a lot of money. And I got a free gun out of it, but still, that gun's not worth $2,000.
Yeah,
it's a trade-off.
And then you get to a point where you have a little bit of a following, and you think of videos that don't cost anything. My 2-Minute Tuesday, like, that's stuff that I already had. I didn't buy anything for that video, and that's how you have to get. You can't spend $500 on stuff for videos 4 times a week and expect to go anywhere but bankrupt.
Yeah. And also, I would pay attention to when you release your video. You should release your video the same time every single day, because then the algorithm will pick you up. That will become your audience. And the first 2 hours of your video determines the entirety of if YouTube is going to push it or not. So if you release a video at 6 p.m. and it gets 2,000 views, man, YouTube is going to take it to the moon. If you release a video at 10 in the morning or 12 midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, and the first 2 hours don't go well, that video is just going to die. You get 2 hours. You have a 2 hour window for YouTube. So try and pick the same time and release it. I've tested that too. I've had the exact same content and I've released it early and I've released it late or right on time. And the ones I release early, like if I try and release a video at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, crash. If I release it right at 4:30, then I get that 4:30 to 6:30 window and it does really well.
Yeah. Think about what people are doing, like when you're releasing your videos.
Right.
You know, if I release a video at 9 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, on the West Coast at 6 a.m. and nobody's watching that. People are sleeping or they're waking up late for work. They're showering. They're not watching. And then they go to work and 10 hours later, they might think about watching your video, but they're watching somebody else that just put it out. So timing is everything, except for that one video I made that's got over 1 million views somehow. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, easy. The YouTube algorithm liked it.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. Was that one of your first ammo videos?
That wasn't an ammo video. That was 5 things to buy instead of ammo.
But that was like one of your first videos, gun related, right?
One of. It was definitely at the beginning. I was just under 2,000 subscribers there.
Yeah. So here's my theory. And you've heard of people say, "Oh, I got shadow banned. I got shadow banned. I got shadow banned."
I did, though. I did.
But your first couple videos before YouTube knows what you're doing, they take off. If you look back at my first couple ammo videos, I mean, they're all 120, 200. I got one that's like 345, 445 or something like that. And it takes off. And then as soon as kind of YouTube figures you out, it throttles it down. Like in February, I had amazing in February. March was pretty good. And then April was good. And then I got that job. So I slacked off June, July, August. And then you could tell my numbers plummeted, you know, because I was getting, shucks, man. I had those 10,000 subs in just like 3 months, 2 months. It was nuts. It was nuts. And then it just died. It just died. So I have a theory that I think if once YouTube finds out what your channel is up to, I think they snuff it down a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there you go. Instagram. Chris, don't you have an OnlyFans too? Andrew S. Smash should get Courtney to make a bunch of thumbnails for clickbait. Man, I tell you what, she probably would. She's so flippin' nice. I mean, to have a stressful job like that and to actually be like a real genuine, nice person, nuts.
Clickbait. You got to use fancy terms for clickbait. I mean, sometimes it works.
Yeah, like I'll do a live. I did a live once that said Smash Time mentioned you in this live, and all they see is when it comes up, Smash Time mentioned you, and I had like 150 people jump in there, and they're like, "Hey, what are you talking about, you clickbait asshole?" Oh, sorry. Try to keep it clean.
That's all right. They're in bed.
Smash, you married above your pay grade, 100%. See, a lot of guys buy guns and they hide them from their wives because their wives don't know what the gun is. My wife knows exactly what these guns are, how much they cost. Tools and targets got shadow banned too. I don't know. I don't know if you got shadow banned. Let's see. Gunmetal Guy USA. Smash Conrad. Should I expect shadow ban due to my channel name and culture? Should I change it possibly? Honestly, that's another thing too. I think people pick very one-dimensional names, or they're like Glock Guy or this. I mean, you like yours, Andrew Conrad. It could be a channel about anything: cooking, baking, fishing, kayaking. Smash Time. Smash Time could be anything. Pimpin' Hose. I'm just kidding. But it could be anything, you know. But Gunmetal Guy USA. I don't know. Maybe. I
don't know. I mean, gunmetal's a color. It could be metal, like heavy metal, like, you know, like Pantera or something. It works. Right. I like it.
Santee TV. That's catchy. There's one of her friends. His channel name got stuck in my head. I've never watched one of his videos. His name is Hey Fool Lonzo. Hey Fool Lonzo. So I'm at this conference one time, walking around going, "Hey, fool, Lonzo," and I'm like, "Damn, I don't even know who this guy is," but I heard his name, and it got stuck in my head, and it was driving me nuts. I got to watch his content. I'm not even a subscriber. I don't even know what the guy looks like, but I heard the name, and it was so catchy. Smash Time and the gang. What it do? What it do, man? Big boy Plinkster. He's coming to the event this weekend. So my event this weekend, in case you're watching, it's my number 3. It's called the Smash Time Meet and Greet. It's going to be at Trinity Armory, October 9th, Saturday. So make sure you show up about 10 o'clock. Food is provided. You do have to pay for your range fee because that goes to the range, not me. And then we're just going to shoot a bunch of guns, network, hang out, eat donuts and breakfast egg rolls. It's kind of my thing. And we have a kick-ass raffle. And then you can stay all day if you want. I'll probably be there hanging out all day, shooting guns. I bought a bunch of ammo today, so I plan on having a really good time.
All right. So you asked a question in a poll on what favorite handgun caliber.
Yeah.
What's yours?
10 millimeter. Without a doubt. So much fun. If you have the right pistol. I have 4 10 millimeter guns. I have a polymer XD 10 millimeter, XDM10. That is a great gun. It's full size, so it doesn't kick too hard. With the 230 grains, it's a little rough, but 180 is fine. Springfield Armory just sent me that 10 millimeter range officer elite. That thing shoots like butter. It's amazing. And I don't know. Anything out of a 1911 shoots fine.
Chris says favorite caliber Glock.
Who said that? Chris said that. Boo. You know what? I'm not a Glockophile, but I like Glocks. I had my friend's Glock. I reviewed it. Glock 43X. It's a very popular Glock. And you know, it wasn't a bad gun. Would I buy it for myself? No. But I don't like it. I mean, I like it, but I wouldn't buy it enough. I don't like it enough to buy it.
Yeah, they just don't fit in my hand very well.
They just don't feel good in the hand. And, you know, I'm a man. It has to feel good in the hand. I don't like it.
I've got some big paws, and I need something that's a little bit thicker.
Uh-oh. Now he's just bragging, folks. 10 millimeter is God's plinking caliber. That's right.
You might start a fight with that one.
Caliber don't matter. Hits matter. I don't know. If you shoot someone in the shoulder with a 22, he's probably going to be okay. You shoot him with a 10 millimeter, it's not going to feel good.
Not going to have a shoulder anymore.
Probably not. Have I shot 10 millimeter Hydroshock hollow points? I believe so. What is my 10 mil I shoot now? I don't know. It's somewhere. I don't know. My office is just full of trash. God, it's so messed up now. I don't know about you, but sometimes you just got. I have notes. I have notes everywhere. I have gun parts everywhere. It's kind of gross. I got to clean this place up.
I know. Me too.
Ducati, I do not own a 10 mil yet. 357 SIG. Yes, I do like a 357 SIG. That's a great round. I really enjoy shooting that too, when you can find it.
Yeah, that's not cheap. I saw 44 mag on the shelf this week.
Oh, no kidding? That's pretty rare.
Yeah, $1 a round.
Oh my God. Big board Plinksters. Carter's has 10 millimeter today. Blazer 29. I'm waiting for Carter to get more MagTech in because they have MagTech for $24.99. And 10 millimeter for $24.99 is like gold. I'm stocked up now. I had a bunch of my friends. See, that's why I'm a firm believer in networking. My buddy Mike got me some 10 mil. My buddy Barry, Jeff W in the chat got me some. We just met up and exchanged, cash for ammo. So If it wasn't for those 3 guys, I'd be literally, I was down to my last 2 boxes. Messy office, in my humble opinion, is a sign of creativity. Well, then I am Thomas freaking Edison, because I'm a genius. Let's see. Bass Pro has American Eagle 357 for $35.99. I don't know. That's
I think that's an okay price.
Yeah.
Just because you can't find it anywhere, really.
Yeah, especially if you can't find it. It's always a good price if you can't find it. So when you go and film now, do you take that whole bag with you? Because I'm curious. I'm curious. Do you just take like a tripod and 1 camera? Do you take all the lenses and all that stuff?
No, I just film with the 1 lens. Because the 1 lens that I have, it's a f4, so I get, and it's one of their, it's like the middle line.
Mm-hmm.
So like this was the kit lens that came with it. It's a 18 to 135. But the other lens that I have has the red ring on it, which is their slightly better line, a little bit better glass. And you get more light in with the f4, but then their top of the line is like f2.8. And, the lower the f, the more expensive it's going to be. So I'm right in the middle with the f4 with a crop sensor, which annoys the crap out of me. And that's really the only lens that I bring. Which sucks sometimes because I don't get the whole shot in there. I've got a 10 to 18 lens, and you can fit a lot of stuff in there. And you can stand like this close to the camera, and you get all this space. But it's just not as clear and as crisp. The autofocus is better with those better lenses. So I really just bring the 1. And if my buddy's there with me, we just film on the old cell phone because 4K image stabilization. I mean, you just can't beat it.
Yeah. I was thinking about getting because when you shoot, the edges of the picture usually get a little wonky.
And the sound.
Yeah, well, yeah. And I watched this whole video on putting a full frame on a not a full frame camera, and it automatically cuts the edge of the picture off, so everything you get is super clear and crisp. I thought that was kind of cool. I almost bought a full frame kit lens, Sony, for my Sony. But like, honestly, I like this little compact camera. It's great. It does everything I want it to do. And with more generations of cell phones coming out, in 2-3 years, I think those cameras are done. Like,
not unless you're filming in like some of these big YouTubers, they've got those red cameras and they film in 8K. I mean, those guys are insane. So they'll always have a place in their studio stuff. Like they're not filming on a cell phone, but on the go stuff. And if you can get like DJI makes a cheap gimbal for $100, you put a great cell phone with a gimbal, and you've got a phenomenal setup.
Yeah, I have the Osmo 3.
Yeah. I got
they have a 4 now.
I think I had the Osmo 2.
Yeah, and then I have a Zhiyun crane.
Yep.
I have that for this one, but I don't know. It's kind of a pain in the butt. I mean, it's a pretty light gimbal, and it's real easy to get the camera on there and all that. But like at this event on Saturday, I'm going to be BSing with people, shooting guns. I'm not going to have a gimbal and all that extra stuff. I'll pull out my camera and just take a couple videos. That's about it. I'm not going to goof with it.
Yeah. So like ultimately, to answer your question, I just bring a tripod and the camera, but I have wanted to get my drone up and going again. I just need to charge it and update it and hopefully get some better shots.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. That would be cool. Drone shots are always pretty nice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I've done some fake drone shots where I extend out the tripod and I collapse it, and I have it really high up, and then I just kind of swing it down real slow, and it looks just like a drone. And then I'll actually take it and I'll put it through at the car show stuff I used to do. I would take it and I'd put it through like one window out the next window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I would line up the next shot and I'd try and make it look seamless. I almost did it once, really cool, but it takes a lot of work. No one watches those videos anyway. No one cares. Nobody cares. Michael Henderson, are you coming this weekend? I hope you are. Let's see. Michael Henderson, Andrew Conrad, shooting high school sports a few years ago. I had a bag full of red ring lenses and a couple of the big white lenses. Lots of money invested. I know
those Canon lenses are not cheap.
No, they're not. Oh, look at this 2A EDU. I love this guy's channel, man. He gets me so jacked up. I want to start marching. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat, brother. Do you ever watch his channel?
I think I've watched it a little bit. Yeah.
He does these live streams, and he'll get several hundred people in these live streams. And man, I just feel super patriotic listening to that guy talk. I don't know. Jonathan James is 2A EDU is my hero. He's my hero too. I have a bunch of his stickers. What do I do with his stickers? They're my sticker album. Yeah, this Saturday is going to be great. Again, whoever is going this weekend, make sure you register online. Right now, we have about 20 spots, and that's perfect for me. Like I said, I don't advertise this outside the chat. I don't have the gun range trying to advertise this because it's not for their people. It's not for other random people to show up. My meet and greet is just for subscribers. You know, I don't want a bunch of random people trying to show up and grab my raffle prizes. No, I'm kidding. But it's just a thank you for you guys, you know, for watching the channel, and it's going to be a good time. Last time was a blast. Last time the range owner brought out a MP5 and an Uzi and let us go crazy. Shot it all you want. It was nuts.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the one I'm building with the wide open trigger. I just need a couple more parts, and then that one will be done.
No, I know it. I can't wait to see it. So what's your next video? Your 2-minute Tuesdays drive me nuts because it's not 2 minutes.
It'll be Saturday video, which will be the Patriot game. So it'll probably, so we're going to the pistol range, and the one
who's gonna film?
Well, I'll have the tripod, and if Ryan comes with me, then I'll give him my cell phone to shoot.
Your wife's not going?
No, she's got a birthday party or she got to take my daughter to a birthday party. But I want to get her out there also.
Man, I would have your neighbor go, or just grab somebody. Be like, man, I just need hands. I just need a pair of hands.
So it'll probably be. So there's a drill that I've been seeing, and it's you have a like a barricade in front of you. You have to shoot left. Well, I'm left-handed. You have to shoot left-handed, 2 rifle, then transition to the right side of that, two rounds, and that, or you have to do a reload in between. And your rifle's on a sling. You put it down. You unholster your pistol. 2 shots left, 2 shots right, and then dip down onto your knee and 2 shots. And people do it for time and hitting the target. So it's going to be just more drilling like that. And that's some of the shooting that's going to be in the Patriot game. So that
sounds dangerous for me. I might fall and break a cankle. Oh man, do they have
I'll do your anesthesia, okay?
Oh man, those guys, that guy really upset me. Ugh. Yeah, man, I couldn't. Like I've seen a lot of gory stuff, but not with like your wife. It's like, God, again, no bueno.
That'll happen. That happens when you're married.
I know. Bob Goodwin, I can't wait to see you on Saturday, buddy. Like a lot of people in the chat, B-Noise isn't going because I think he's, what do they call those? A wanker. Big Boy Plinkster, he's coming. Bob Goodwin's coming. C6 Ladez is coming. Chris will be there. Who else? Ooh,
a flamethrower.
Yeah, he had a flamethrower too. Oh, we had so much fun. Man, it's so much fun. So much fun.
So, yeah. Michael, I've put a lot of people to sleep, and
oh, I know it. It's getting late. But hey, man, thank you so much, Andrew. I appreciate you coming on finally. I'm glad we were able to set this up. Man, It's awesome. I like watching your channel grow. Like I said, I mean, you went from your 5,000 subscriber announcement, and was that last year or was that just a few months ago?
That was
6 months ago.
That was like 5 or 6 months ago that I was at 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah, bananas, man. Absolutely bananas. I'm really glad to see it grow so much. And I'll shoot you an email on how to get to that place you want to go to.
Yeah. Hey, I got to answer Michael's question. He asked me a question about counting backwards from 100 when I put people to sleep. And yes, but I usually say count backwards from 100 by sevens. And people do that as they're falling asleep and they barely get anywhere. But there was this one kid that made his way all the way into the 60s and he just surprised the heck out of everybody.
Oh man, that's awesome. You know what's funny? The last time I went in for a surgery, they had a IV and they put the thing over my mouth and they goes, and I said, "How long is it going to take for me to go to sleep?" She goes, "Good night." And that's the last thing I remember. Yeah. There was no count, nothing. Yeah. Another super chat from 2A Man, $10 tonight I got from this guy. That's awesome, man. I really appreciate it. Absolutely appreciate it. If you do a meetup in Michigan and you don't mind me tagging along, I will hop a flight and go. Don't say it. Don't invite me and go, "Oh, he's like that relative that won't show up." No, I will show up.
I thought about flying out to Houston for this one for you.
You should. Oh man, that would be Patriot games.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked pretty well.
Well, I'm talking to the Renaissance Gun Club called me and he wants to do something around Christmas time. So the second weekend of Christmas, we're going to do a steel shoot at his place. It'll be more low key, but it's just going to be stations. He'll have 2 stations set up. We'll do lunch, of course, but then it's going to be like an all day thing.
That's
going to be a lot of fun. Nice. Well, thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for having me. We'll do it again.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.